What is going on? Johnny the Gamer here. Join me today as I dive into the ultimate challenge of ranking the best PSP racing games ever made. Can I pick the top 3 games without starting a debate in the comment section? Let's find out. The PlayStation Portable, or PSP, was a groundbreaking console that brought high quality gaming right to our pockets. I personally have lots of fond memories playing Monster Hunter, Freedom Unite, Final Fantasy, Dissidia, and Ridge Racer, to name a few. The PSP really brought great graphics and gameplay to the portable scene back in its heyday from around 2004 to 2009. For many, the PSP was more than just a console, it was a symbol of portable gaming excellence. And when it comes to racing games, the PSP had its fair share of thrill rides. Choosing the best racing games among the many options available on the PSP is no easy feat. With so many great titles to choose from, it's hard to narrow it down to just a few. From realistic simulators to arcade-style racers, the PSP had it all. But what makes racing games truly great? Is it the graphics, or the gameplay, or the sheer thrill it provides? In my opinion, a great racing game needs to have a perfect balance of all of the above. It needs to look stunning, play smoothly, and provide an adrenaline rush that keeps you coming back for more. But even with these criteria in mind, it's still tough to decide which games reign supreme. Do you prioritize realism or arcade fun? Do you prefer tracks that mimic real-life circuits or fantastical courses that defy gravity? The debate rages on, but one thing is certain. The PSP had more than its fair share of racing games that are still worth playing today. From the critically acclaimed Wipeout Pure to the underrated sleeper hit Grip Shift. The PSP's racing library is a treasure trove of exciting experiences waiting to be discovered. Let's start with one of my personal favorites, ATV OffRoad Fury. I played this game during a really fun part of my life. My best friend growing up had actual real ATVs, or all-terrain vehicles, quads, whatever you want to call them, and we would take them out camping and just tear up the trails, and I saw some of the most incredible outdoor locations I've ever seen. And this game was perfect for me to play during those teenage years of my life, with tracks that twisted and turned and the jumps that would launch you sky high and you could just do tricks, and it was just crazy. Also, the playlist was really good in this game. It was so much fun. Really good playlist. I think it had like the Used in there and just like punk rock stuff, and it was like the perfect soundtrack for that age in my life. So really enjoyed the soundtrack on that one. It was the perfect blend of arcade fun and simulation realism. This guy on a quad, it was just really fun. All right, so next up is Midnight Club LA Remix. This open world racer lets you explore the city, taking on rivals and completing challenges in a way that felt incredibly immersive. The game's soundtrack on this one as well was also really good, and the amount of customization for each car in your garage was top notch. It was just from the engine to the cosmetics, it was incredible. There's so much customization you could do to your vehicle, just so much fun. Next up we have Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer is another classic PSP game that deserves a mention. This one was actually one of the first games I ever played for the PSP. So good. This series has always been about high-speed racing with a focus on drifting. I love how you charge up the nitrous as you drift better. The better you drift, the better you're going to charge up that nitrous and be able to just blast past your opponents. And the PSP version did not disappoint. With its gorgeous graphics and smooth handling, it was the perfect game to play on the go. And who can forget the iconic Ridge Racer soundtrack, which always gets your adrenaline pumping. It's just got an amazing soundtrack, and I've heard that the second game actually has even more music tracks in the game, more cars, more race tracks. I've been hunting for this game for probably years now, so just gotta find it at a convention. I'll find it eventually. But among all these amazing racing games, there is one that stands out to me as the best of the best. Gran Turismo. This game was just lightning fast, with tracks that required precision and skill to navigate. The graphics were so stunning, with a realistic aesthetic that still holds up today. And the soundtrack, Well, it was actually subpar compared to the other games I already mentioned. They are just not really my preferred genre for a racing game. There was only a couple commercial tracks, and the rest just didn't really do it for me, but they're not the worst, but they're just not as good as the other games. Despite the soundtrack not being my favorite, Gran Turismo is still my favorite racing game. I waited quite a while for this thing to come out, and it took forever for them to develop. It was in a bit of a development hell limbo. So, in conclusion, the PSP's racing library is a treasure trove of exciting experiences waiting to be discovered. From arcade style racers to realistic simulators, there's something for everyone. Whether you're a fan of high speed thrills or strategic racing, the PSP has got you covered. So, I'm really curious. I want to know, what is your favorite PSP racing game? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more gaming content. I have reviewed most of these games that I've been talking about in detail, just full-blown reviews. So make sure you head to the channel and go check them out. We got plenty of fun stuff to explore. With that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye.